Hi, I have a question for you. What is the most beautiful place that you've seen? Have you thought about that before? I have recently realized that I've been thinking a lot about beauty lately. My name is Leslie, and I'm adding something new to this channel. Every other week, I post an interview here with someone 50 or older who's doing something really interesting with their life or are otherwise inspirational. I'll still be posting those interviews every other Tuesday, but on alternate weeks, I'm going to post a short vlog about something else. For instance, today, the topic is bucket lists and beauty. I never really thought about having a bucket list, but lately, three separate things have really struck me. These are things that are elsewhere in the world and that I would just love to see. They struck me so much that I actually started a list. And then I realized they're all interesting to me because they are beautiful. As I get older, I'm noticing and appreciating beauty more. So here are the three things that have just very recently gone on to my brand new bucket list of beauty. Number one, the Northern Lights, but not just through a camera. It seems like just about the whole world saw the Northern Lights recently when we had the strongest geomagnetic storm in over 2 decades. That wild space weather made the Northern Lights visible in places they are not usually seen. Oh, and also the Southern Lights. Did you know that, like the Northern Lights are called the Aurora Borealis, there are also Southern Lights, which are called the Aurora Australis? I just learned that, and I like knowing that up here in the Northern Hemisphere. So maybe you, like me, woke up one morning earlier this month in May 2024 to your entire social media feed just covered in photos of the Northern or Southern Lights. I, like everyone else, was oohing and eyeing over those pictures, and I was so envious. And then I saw a news article saying, the Northern Lights might be visible that night right here in Hawaii. I couldn't believe it. This is not a place where you see the Northern Lights. My family and I actually took a trip to Iceland one winter a handful of years ago, and one of the things we really wanted to see were the Northern Lights. We hired a guide who knew what he was doing, and he followed a map of the weather and the current skies, and we chased around, but the Northern Lights are not always visible, and we just didn't see them. Anyway, on this recent night, I sat here in my house in Hawaii. I looked out my breakfast nook window toward the ocean at 11 o'clock at night, even though it was cloudy, and I saw nothing. But then I pointed my phone out over that night sky, and I saw it. The images were amazing, and I am still dazzled. I cannot believe I went all the way to Iceland to see the Northern Lights, but didn't. And then I was sitting in my own breakfast nook in Hawaii seeing them. I truly wouldn't have imagined that in a million years. Anyway, to get back to my point, my first bucket list of beauty item, now I'd like to spend some time somewhere at some point where I can see the Northern Lights with the naked eye, the kind that dance across the sky, flicking like sheets of colors. Number two, my friend and her husband are traveling in Europe right now, and they went to the Tulip Festival in Amsterdam. That sounded kind of neat to me, so I checked it out online, and my mind was blown. Every year, from certain dates from about March through May, Amsterdam shows off its tulips. Fields of many thousands of tulips, all different colors, paths of tulips snaking through beautiful gardens. I saw one brilliant purple tulip path winding through a garden and around a corner that really thrilled me. I got so much pleasure from seeing the tulip gardens at their peak, even just online. Now I want to go and see all that beauty in person one year. And number three, along those same lines, I was watching Chateau Diaries, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels. Do you know it? You should check it out. In this one recent episode, they were visiting the Chelsea Flower Show in London. That's a 5-day garden show put on by the Royal Horticultural Society every May on the grounds of the Royal Hospital Chelsea in Chelsea, London. It's happened for more than 100 years. I checked out other videos and photos of the flower show too, and it was so fun to see, even just online. A Somerset hotel called the Newt is the show's official sponsor, and they created a Roman courtyard garden, which was inspired by the ruins of a Roman villa from just before Vesuvius erupted. Its elegant, lovely courtyard had wild cherry, mulberry trees, pomegranate, French lavender, poppies, and roses. There was a forest bathing garden designed to be accessible for everyone, with shade over its slate, stone, and brick pathways, and bright flowers poking through everywhere. It was designed for people with loneliness, shock, or mental health issues to be able to enjoy nature in a comfortable site. I mean, how thoughtful and how thought-provoking and cool is that? I also saw a stunning galloping horse made of driftwood, waterfalls, the Jane Austen rose, which is a peachy yellow color that's just beautiful, other beautiful sculptures and running water, a whole garden built for Bridgerton, which is such a phenomenon right now. Are you watching? So many thoughtful, cozy, beautiful places that just make you take a deep breath and feel so comforted and comfortable. Refuge in the urban environment, someone described it as. So those are the three things that I'm thinking about right now and writing on my bucket list of beauty. The Northern Lights visible to the naked eye. That's a winter thing. The Tulip Festival in Amsterdam and the Chelsea Flower Show in London are both held in the spring. Have you seen any of these lovely events? If you have, drop a comment below and tell us your favorite part of it, or what would be on your bucket list of beauty. I'd love to hear.